morning. It's Sunday and I am going to give my cat a bath. He is not excited about it, but this is Cupid and he has an autoimmune disorder that makes his skin break out in sores, and he's on antibiotics and a couple of other kinds of medicine, steroids and something else I squirt into his mouth. The pills I finally learned to grind up and put them in some half and half, but the vet wants me to bathe him twice a week, so that's what I'm going to do. So I have my apron on so I don't get soaked to the skin. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm using the sink and I'm putting this thing under the disposal so his little feet stay in the bottom of the sink. It's not that I would turn on the disposal, obviously, but I don't want his feet to go in that hole, so I want to give him as firm a foothold as possible, although he's got a pretty good foothold on me right now. So I'm going to put him down. Here we go. Unclaw his little claw from my sweatshirt. And he is not into this at all, but he'll feel better afterwards. So I've already pre-warmed up the water, and I'm always going to be making sure it's not too cold and not too hot. And I'm going to use the sprayer, which is going to spray both of us, and I can already feel his little heart. But if you look at his face and his little tummy, you can see there's some sores, and now it's cool again. So I have this special shampoo from the vet, whatever that means. I think mal means they hate it. Mal means bad in Spanish, like malevolent. So this is also almost warm enough, and I'm going to use the washcloth too to scrape off some of the little scabs that are here, and he'll feel better after he's all the way dry. He's already had his medicine this morning, and I'm going to give him some more cream. This isn't quite warm enough yet. I used a little of the warm water on me this morning, so, and apologize for not wearing makeup, but like, what's the point when you're going to bathe a cat? So you can see some of the scabbing and stuff on him. This is Cupid. He's a tuxie. I got him when I fostered a litter for the Austin Humane Society years ago, and I kept him because he was very obnoxious. He has lots of adventures and misadventures, just like his mommy. So it's kind of warm enough now. Let me put it over here so you can see. So I'm just going to start. It's cold in the sprayer, so I'm doing it on me first. He does not like this. I have sort of a hold of him around his neck. I'm not choking him or anything. I just have him braced. And sometimes if I put the sprayer right on his head, it's less likely to spray in his eyes. And poor little guy, he's got it on his paws, on his tummy, on his chin. And now it's a little bit too hot, so I'm going to adjust it to lukewarm and spray him right there, and then put a little shampoo on. He's actually being very good about this, and I'm going to just rub it in. When he's not wet, he actually likes it when I massage his head and his chin where these little bumps are. They're called eruptions. And the vet, it's Dr. Leanne Jacobowski. She goes by Dr. J. She's a mobile vet, so she will come to your house, which is really great if you have more than one animal. I have multiple animals, so she can see all of them at once. And I really like her a lot. If I need a specialty vet, I go to Central Texas Veterinary Specialty Hospital and Emergency Clinic, which is owned by Dr. Stephanie Beardsley and some other wonderful vets there in Southwest Austin, and also the Round Rock area. It's always nice to support local business, especially women-owned businesses. The light's kind of catching his eyes, but I've got his head and his neck kind of wet now, so let's massage that in a little bit. See, he's not really freaking out. He's actually very good about this. Most kitty cats would be vocalizing, screeching, throwing a fit. And cats are so good at taking care of themselves that they will clean their own areas that need attention and do a really good job. But we're going to let this medicine sit for 5 minutes after we get it all on him, and that'll help. So I'm going to wash his little face a little bit. Too bad. Kitty. Okay. He's not going to look in the camera, and I'm not going to make him because I don't want to stress him out further. That's another reason I'm not singing, because that stresses out all the animals when I sing. I don't know why. I'm not that bad. I was in a musical improv troupe for a few years called Human People, and we sang all the time. Maybe if the audience would have been wet, plus having to listen to us, they would have been miserable like Mr. Kitty here. So we're going to go on to the body now, which is easier. The face is hard because I don't want to get it in his eyes, and I don't want him to have to get any of the stuff in his mouth. I remember as a very young child thinking perfume was so beautiful. Of course, we all thought we should taste it. I don't know if you did that as a kid, but it doesn't taste good. Nor does anything other than food or beverages, which are an acquired taste. I know growing up, we kept kosher. I'm Jewish, so we didn't eat milk and meat together, so we grew up in the 60s having soft drinks with dinner if we had meat, and we had Coke. And I was a Coke fan, Coca-Cola fan, very sadly, very boring and wholesome, so Coca-Cola fan, but I could always tell the difference when it was Pepsi, and I didn't like Pepsi. I have friends that like Pepsi more, and they're very adamant about it, so I don't know if you guys like Coke better or Pepsi. I'm Coca-Cola all the way. Although these days, I mainly have 1 cup of coffee in the morning and then water, and that seems to work best for me and my health. So he's doing pretty good. I'm going to turn him around and do the left side. Luckily, this time with the antibiotics and the steroids and these baths, he's actually getting better. What the bumps he has are healing, and he's purring a lot, and he's eating his food, and he's just as active. He feels good enough to be annoying to the other animals at times. I named him Cupid because, well, he doesn't look like it now, but he loves to snuggle, and he always wants to be with me. So usually when I'm working or eating or reading, he's right there. So we're at the easy part now, all just big areas. Even though I have to leave this shampoo on him for 5 minutes, and I will, but since I started at his head, it's already medicating that. And the washcloth also helps because it just gets rid of some of the dead skin and stuff that would be a little bit better if it came off. So we are almost done with this part. And I'm not going to make you sit here and watch us sit together for 5 minutes with him in shampoo, but we're going to start our 5-minute timing now. So you can see on the clock, it's 11, and we'll be back at 11:05. And I'll rinse him off and put him in a towel, and then we won't have to do this for another few days because the vet said 2 times a week. So you guys enjoy that you don't have to bathe your cat, and I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, it's been 5 minutes, and we are ready to rinse this cat off, and that's my least favorite part because I really don't want to get anything in his eyes, but let's take a shot at this. I'm going to try first with the washcloth. And just, okay, that's not popular. Okay, so it might be because this water's running on his tail. So I'm going to move the main faucet over there, and I've just got I'm not holding him tight around the neck, but I'm just kind of giving him a little bit of a brace so he doesn't shoot out of the sink. And I'm putting this right on top of the skin, which keeps it from splashing into his eyes. And I've got his head up so it doesn't run in his eyes. Now I'm doing his little cheeks, outside of his ears, the back of his ears, and we're going to do the other side. Being really careful not to get this in his eyes and to angle it so it doesn't run in his eyes. And that's his side of his nose on the left. Done with the face. Chin. Okay, I am spraying water all over the kitchen, but that's okay. So easy now. Water's getting a teeny bit warm. Still a teeny bit warm. There we go. So, still a teeny bit warm. There we go. All right. We are rinsing off this kitty. Here, you can see it better. He's being very good. He's sitting still. He's not struggling. He's not breathing hard. So he's not thrilled, but he's not like stressed, freaking out stressed. When cats are really stressed or super hot, they'll pant. That's not a normal way they get rid of heat the way dogs do. But he's not thrilled at all, but you can see I'm not even restraining him. He is getting ready to make an escape, but I'm just going to do his tummy. I know, it's yucky for kitties. It's yucky for kitties, but he'll feel better once he's dry. He will not feel better until he gets all the way dry. So even though I'm going to dry him off with a towel, he's still going to be not happy because they just don't like being wet. Some of the big cats swim, tigers swim, jaguars will play in a pond if they have access to water. But our kitty cat, house cats, are not thrilled about it. So I think he's pretty much free of soap. So dogs love this part. Cats don't really like the towel part either. And I'm just going to press on his face, not rub it. That was just illustrating rubbing. I'm not touching him. And I can feel him shivering. He's not purring. And even though you might think, why would he purr? He's miserable. Some cats purr to calm themselves when they're really stressed. But again, I'm barely holding him. I'm just sort of making that as a boundary. I'm not grabbing onto him, and he's being very, very good because he's a good cat. So I'm going to get him dried off, and then I'm going to give him some cream. And when he's all the way dry, I'll show you a picture, and I'll also show you an old picture of what he looked like before he got this weirdo, very rare condition. It took the vet a while to figure it out. We were trying everything. We thought it was allergies to fleas or to dust or to anything, food, and we went through a lot, but she finally took some biopsies, and it's this, starts with a P, this autoimmune thingy. It's not feline HIV, it's just some weirdo, stupid, rare thing that he got, because he is a cat that just needs a little extra help, but he's a very loving cat, and I'm glad to do this for him. So let me get towel number 2 on him. So I'm going to pick him up, which is risking a lot, but ouch. That's why I have a sweatshirt on, because he's got his claws in my back. But this is Sheri and Cupid telling you happy Sunday, and I hope that if you ever have to bathe your cat, you have a way to do it that's as unstressful for both of you as possible. So both of us are gonna dry off, and then he's gonna have some cream, and I'm going to do some more of my weekend chores. So have a great Sunday, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.